Punctuation rules for commas, part 2. The first rule that I'm going to go over is you use commas to set off non-essential clauses, phrases, and singular words. The first sentence is an example. Fred, who often cheats, is just harming himself. Who often cheats is a non-essential clause. It is not a part of the grammar of the sentence. You can take what's between the two commas out of the sentence and the sentence would still remain complete, and the information between the commas is not necessary to understand the sentence. Fred is just harming himself. Who often cheats is actually an adjective clause. We learned about those last year. The second sentence, Tom, the captain of the team, was injured in the game. Again, this is a phrase. This is a positive phrase. You can take out what's between the commas, and it's not a part of the grammar of the sentence, and just have the sentence, Tom was injured in the game. It's not necessary to know that he's the captain of the team in order to understand that he's injured in the game. And then the third example is just words that should be set off. She was, however, too tired to make the trip. However is set off with commas. You can take however out of the sentence, and the sentence will remain complete. She was too tired to make the trip. However is not essential to understand the meaning of the sentence. So to set off non-essential clauses, phrases, and words, put a comma before and a comma after. You should be able to take out that clause, phrase, or word, and the sentence will remain complete, and it won't generally lose any essential meaning. It's going to mean something, but it's not going to be essential to the understanding. The second rule that we're going to talk about today is using commas to separate a list of 3 or more words, phrases, or clauses. This is a very common one. Everybody is fairly good at doing this one, but we are going to talk about the Oxford comma. There's a video that is going to be next on this Google form that'll talk about that in more detail. But the example sentence that I have here for you is the candidate promised to lower taxes, protect the environment, reduce crime, and end unemployment. So there are 4 things listed in this sentence, and we need to separate each of them with a comma. Lower taxes, comma, protect the environment, comma, reduce crime, comma, and end unemployment, comma. Even the last comma, which is going to be the Oxford comma, some people call it the serial comma, not like Fruit Loops, but S-E-R-I-A-L, serial comma. Even that comma before the and should be there. MLA dictates that it should be there. APA dictates that it should be there to clarify meaning. But most places will agree with the use of the Oxford comma, and it's easier to unlearn it rather than learn it later when you need to learn it. So always use the Oxford comma, especially when you're answering questions today in this Google form. Watch the video that's next. That'll talk about that Oxford comma. And on the Google form, there's 7 sentences that you need to pick the one that has the correct commas in it, or correct if it's correct how it is and doesn't need any commas. And then I will leave you with a joke.